Today I'm going to be giving you a closer look at this solar powered fountain. So as you can see, it's pretty small. It's floating in a bowl right now. We haven't quite built a structure in our garden yet that has a place for this to sit and spray water out. But I did try to put it in a bucket over here, and it was like sitting down too low and the bucket kind of shaded it. This little fountain really needs direct sunlight in order to spurt out like that. So I'll put my hand up for reference here. It's about the size of my hand in size there. So just a small little fountain, but it's solar powered and it just manages itself. So when the only time that it'll be running is in direct sunlight. So when it's late in the evening and the sun is going down and not hitting it, then you are not going to get, that's spraying all over the place, then you're not going to get that continuous flow. It's got to be right in that direct sunlight. So when the sun is not on it, the pump will just simply stop working. It will try to pump if it's got like partial sunlight. It'll try to pump, but it doesn't get the power quite enough to shoot up there unless it's in direct sunlight. So that's going to determine where you want to put this in your yard so that when you've got that direct sunlight, it is sitting there in it, and that's the time of the day that your fountain is going to be working. So once it gets going, it's got a pretty good spray here. Now it would typically just go straight up. The wind is blowing that water off to the side and making it spray out of the bowl. So you can see that it just floats on top of the water. There are suction cups that are on the bottom there. But however much water is in there, it'll just float on top. So, and you definitely want to have a good supply of water because you'll probably have some that sprays out. It's really not good for the pump to be in direct sunlight and working without water underneath it to shoot up. It's just not good for the equipment. So you want to make sure that you refill the water in your bird bath or wherever you've got this pretty often so that you're getting water coming out of there. So let's give you a closer look at underneath here. You've got your pump and suction cups. I'm just going to pull it up for a minute because it is still continually trying to spray out water. There we go. So this actually does come with 2 other heads in addition to this one. So there's 3 total for different sprays. So let's switch that out, which it basically just sits on top. You just press it down a little bit so that the force of the water doesn't knock it off. But that's all there is to it. You can just pull it right off and change the head. So there's what it looks like without anything on top. So you can just kind of see that the water bubbles up there and will shoot through the head when there's one on top. Now the sun has just gone behind a cloud, so we are not getting direct sunlight. So this solar panel is pretty sensitive. Usually I have solar panels on things that will charge even when you're not getting direct sunlight. And you can see that it is working, but you're not getting that full large spray without that direct sunlight on top. So unfortunately, it is a really overcast day today, unfortunately for me showing how this water comes up. But it is good to show that when that sun is behind clouds, you don't have enough solar power to force that water up and through. So I can still hear it working there, and that water is bubbling up, and sometimes you'll see it coming out. It's going up right to the top, but it's really not getting enough force to shoot out. So I can show you what it looks like with this top on. Let's just show you. This is the one that I was using before. So it's coming out of those 7 points there. This one has significantly more points that it'll be spraying out of with a more forceful one there on the top. And the one that's on there, you get just a really circular pattern there with a big spout on the top. So that should shoot out higher than all the rest of them. And unfortunately, without that direct sunlight, I cannot show it to you at the moment. Gotta wait for that sun to come out from behind the cloud. All right, the sun is back. And here you can see this second head. Looks like I put it on a little bit crooked. There it is. It's actually not too different from the other one. And here's the third one. And the sun's about to go back behind a cloud again. It's on the way. This one kind of pools a little bit. This one's probably my least favorite because you can see the water shoots up and lands there. And then you've just got a bunch of water just sitting on the top of the fountain sprayer. It's also not going incredibly strong right now because I'm losing direct sunlight. So it's going to stop being able to shoot up momentarily, I'm sure. So really, this one needs direct sunlight. It actually goes pretty well when you've got direct sunlight, that it'll do like shoots, or then it'll do a steady stream. And it looks nice. This is probably my least favorite head on the top there because for some reason it's got water pulling. I like the one that I showed first. And, you know, the spray is not too different. It's not like this is a huge fountain that sprays really high. It is solar fountain, which means you're going to want to use it in a smaller area. And the stream that you have shooting up is going to be smaller than like a big pump that is powered in different ways. But that has been your closer look.